Interviewing Mrs. Peggy Curry of Harrisonburg, Virginia, and she resides on 275 East Johnson Street. After this beginning here, you would have to let the tape run till you get to 158, and it runs to 358. The interview took place July 22nd, 1978.
mean, my teacher's name was Dorothy Lynette Davies. She was one of my favorite teachers. And at that time, there were 2 grades in a room. Like, she had the 4th and 5th grade. And Miss Ruth Hollins had the 3rd and
Miss
2nd and 3rd. And I think that's what you said. Yeah. And Miss Jean Francis had first grade. And there wasn't any kindergarten at that time. And W.M.P. Harris was our principal.
W.M.P. Is he still living now?
No, he just died about a year ago.
He did. You know, at recess, can you remember some of the games you used to play?
Oh, jump rope, jack rocks.
Jack rocks.
Yeah, jacks.
Oh,
the
jacks.
Called jacks now.
Okay.
Yeah, same different supply, except some of the jacks were metal. And we have metal ones now too.
Had a little orange ball.
Yeah, right. And now they use a ball that's like a super ball. We just have
It bounces a little higher, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And we played like tag. We played baseball.
Kickball.
No.
No kickball?
I don't think so. I don't remember playing kickball. But we played dodgeball, and volleyball, and what's the thing you play with the birdie?
Badminton.
Yeah, that.
Right. Did you have your PE teacher here who was one of your instructors?
Our PE teacher was at that time was also the shop instructor for the boys. You know, because she had manual training. That's what they called it then.
Okay, you started Sims when you were in the 4th grade. When did Sims close? What grade were you in?
I was out of school.
Oh, you was out of school when Sims? How long ago did the school close?
Let's see. Ricky attended Sims. Let me see. Ricky attended Sims when he. Well, it closed when integration began. You know, when the.
In the 60s?
Yeah, I expect. When they allowed the kids to see that at that time, they were only allowed kids from the county and all came to Sims.
So you attended Effinger Street School also then?
Yeah, from the 1st to 3rd.
And how was that? Can you remember some of the times back then?
It was okay, I guess. I mean, it was going to school. If you can say going to school was fine.
Right. But Effinger, was it? Was any difference from Lucy Sims?
Well, Sims was bigger.
Was Effinger one of those one-room classrooms?
No, we had separate classrooms and a cafeteria upstairs, and had a large play area. You know.
And you played some of the same games.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
And the food was prepared like in the school, like it is now. You know.
Had
the home ec teachers usually had charge of preparing the lunches.
And you brought your little change to pay for your lunch.
Yeah.
But you could also bring lunch from home too, right?
Yeah, they could have lunch.
Now.
And they had free lunches for underprivileged or underweight children.
Underweight.
Yeah.
Oh wow. They don't have that no more.
No.
Hey, do you remember playing a game called Red Rover?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
I don't remember too much really. I mean, it's like,
I said, okay, the kids play it in the water at the pool.
Red Rover, let somebody come over, right?
Right.
And then you try to tag them before they get back to.
Right, and in the water, a kid will get in the middle, and he'll jump in, and the kid, whoever's in the middle, has to go for one of the kids.
Yeah.
And when he goes for one of them, everybody else goes. That's
it's something to the effect. It's based like on the same thing as grab the bacon. You ever heard of that?
No.
Well, that's where you put an object in the middle between the two teams, and then when you call each team player a number, and when you call their number, both people with this number on the opposite teams run for this object, and whoever grabs it and gets it back to their team before the other person tags them, they get a point.
Wow.
So it's something like that.
Mm. Do you remember any old what I want to say? Any old recipes that your mom might have made while you were coming up?
No, my mom. Incidentally, my mom was a cook at Madison for 16 years.
Wow.
So,
So I know she left some old recipes.
no, she didn't. She didn't. She did most of her cooking in Madison.
That's interesting.
And I was gonna show it to you, but I couldn't find it this morning. I've got a book, a manual from Madison College from 1934.
That had your mom in it?
Had all the old teachers like Dr. Samuel Duke. And,
wow. Hey, yeah, and you on the telephone you
oh,
talked.
but this is about Madison.
But no, that's all right. On the telephone you talked about an old newspaper. You couldn't never find it.
Oh, this was the program when they closed Sims. Like I say, when integration began, when it was really in effect, when they allowed the kids to go to the county schools. Then they closed Sims because there was no longer any news for it. So they used it as a school for retarded children.
That's what it is now, too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But a lot of them are incorporated back in the school system, too. But then, see, like all the children from the county came to Sims before integration. From the county, from Elton, from McGaggsville.
Oh, all the kids? All the
Yeah.
black kids from those counties?
Right.
It just wasn't, Sims wasn't like...
Sims was the only black school, like in this area.
Wow.
They came from Bridgewater. They came from Guados. They came from Elton. They came from...
Just black?
Yeah, right.
How were they transported from these places? Buses?
Or private families. However you could get them. For a while, you had to bring them yourself. I understand.
Who funded a bus?
County. It was a county bus.
So now,
And when I moved, when I was married, let's see, I graduated in 47. I was married in 49. So when my children started school, there was a man in Kieseltown who was appointed by the county. He had a Jeep with 3 seats. And he was appointed by the county to take the children back and forth to school from Kieseltown, the black children.
it was much different, right? Living in Petersburg when I was growing up, because it was one black high school. I guess no, I'm sorry. I guess it was the same because one black high school.
The other thing you don't
one black high
understand
school.
too is that, like Sims was elementary and high school.
That school
Right up here.
Every grade
Every grade from the first
through 12,
to the 11th.
11, and
Right.
so
Well, I graduated in 11th. They incorporated 12th grade after my graduation.
so there was only 11
There were only
grades.
11 grades, right. But you had to have almost the same amount of units as you do now.
But how was the work programs? Were they any different from now? I guess they would be since.
Well, it was stepped up because you only had 11 grades, but you had to have you had to have everything in there. So many years of home ec, so many years of physical ed, so many years of English, science, history, so forth.
Do you remember any old stories about anything? You know what I mean? You know how stories kids used to tell.
Well, I especially wanted you to know about us having the May Days that they don't have anymore. They have them at Madison now.
Please tell me.
I know they have them out there because as a
May
girl,
Days was.
Yeah.
I don't.
On the 1st of May or soon after, we had a program. They would wrap the maypole and they did May dances, different little game dances, and they wrapped the maypole. You know what a maypole is?
Yeah.
It's a pole, much like a flagpole, but maybe not as high. No, not near as high. But it's a pole like that and has streamers, paper streamers from it. And so many children are appointed to wrap the maypole. It's like braided. Some go under, some go over. And when
So
it's finished, it's wrapped. It's braided like.
So it's just like one of your old customs.
Oh, I don't know.
It is a holiday custom.
It's a May. I just like to call it May Day because that's what we call it. And then they had, after that was done, they had a program of some kind where the children would have some kind of, do like a light operetta or a story told in music, something like that, little dances. And then they'd have physical events like broad jumping, pole vaulting.
I think this is at Madison. It's called Spring Fever now.
See, when my mother worked out there, they called it May Day, and they crowned the May Queen.
I think they cut out that.
Yeah, they crowned the May Queen, and they had we were out of school all that day. That's why I liked it.
So all the kids from Sims went over to Madison for
No, this is what we had at our school. We had it at Sims.
Oh. Do you remember? Go ahead.
But I was just saying that I wanted you to know that we did have that at Sims when I was in school. But my children don't. They only had it a few times for my children. They cut it out and called it just play day, where they just had the physical ed activities. They didn't have the dances anymore and stuff. And we used to also have a spring operetta. Every year we'd have the elementary grades would have an operetta.
Where they would
have the paper costumes and they do a story in music, simple music. Like Mr. McGregor's Garden, I remember especially.
Mr. McGregor.
Yeah.
Who was Mr. McGregor?
Oh, that's one of the stories that you hear
about
the school.
You remember Mr. McGregor?
Yeah, sure, I remember.
Tell me about it.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Well, it was just a story about a grumpy old man who had a garden, and he didn't want the rabbits to get in his garden, and there were children dressed up, and there was Peter Rabbit and his 3 sisters, and each child was, in costume. Somebody was Peter Rabbit, and somebody was 3 other girls with 3 sisters, and the mother and the father rabbit. And then they had the vegetables in the garden. The kids were dressed like vegetables in the garden. It was fun.
I remember when I was coming up, we did something like that, but it was just a play, and I was a tomato. I remember that because I have pictures today. Hey, do you remember any old home remedies such as for sore throats?
My mother used to give us 3 or 4 drops of cola oil. You know what cola oil is?
No.
Kerosene. 3 or 4 drops of kerosene on a spoonful of sugar.
For a cold?
Yeah.
How about for sore throats? You remember anything for sore throats or?
No.
Or
my mother used to make all the peroxide. That's the nastiest.
do sore peroxide? Oh, just to gargle it.
Yeah.
How about for anything like cuts? I know my mom tell me to put, like on my arm, I have a little cut here, and it heals up into a scar. She told me to put bacon grease on it.
My mother, I know one time I cut myself. My mother went home, and somebody told me to put salt on.
The salt should burn.
It does.
But does it do any kind of healing?
It stops bleeding.
Maybe I can talk to this lady here. She.
Good morning.
Oh, hey,
I didn't know you was coming up.
oh, you didn't?
You didn't tell me.
I surprised you.
Yeah, she did. I will. Schools around, and so that's how I knew about,
A basketball team. They played schools like who? Or were they just?
It was in like a district, they played Stanton. They played, I think Waynesburg. I don't know if they played. I think they might have played Maggie Walker at one time.
So they did a little traveling.
Yeah. And that was usually parents' sponsors, when they go on the trips. People in the community would volunteer too.
You put to your face.
Yes, I did.
Remember anything you might have did for Easter, for Christmas?
At school, we always made baskets and, paper eggs and rabbits and usual stuff like they do now in elementary school.
But nothing.
In high school, you did.
Nothing you did back then that you might remember that was kind of special to you that they don't do now.
Except I remember one thing that the kids don't do now, and we did. It was play like in the street, in the evening. We played games in the street and played baseball in the afternoon. They don't do that now. They're too busy watching TV. Or we didn't have a pool to go to, so we couldn't go to the pool.
So yeah, that pool wasn't built till 1956, I think.
Yeah, see, we didn't have a pool. If you wanted to go swimming, you went to Bridgewater and swam in the river. Not many black kids at that time could swim either because they didn't have the opportunity for it.
Do you remember anything about Zenda, that black community?
No, I knew somebody from there that came from there. But I don't know anything. I know anything.
Where is it now? Where is this? Yes, where is it located? Is it? I know the name is not the same.
No, it's what's it called now? Mosey. It's down. You know where the Mosey crossing is coming toward Harrisonburg from 11 coming up?
No, I don't.
North of Harrisonburg.
So it was just right out. It was an all black community, right?
Yeah, that's
Free
what I
blacks.
understand. That was before me.
Right, I know. But you might have heard some
like
of
I
your.
said, I knew a girl that said her family lived there, but I didn't know.
I figured you might know somebody, or your parents might have told you something about it. Well, I tell you.